there's something that we need to talk about, or actually Alphalete needs to talk about it, but they're not, so I'm going to do it for them. So recently they had a release day, Sunday just gone. I'm hoping to get this video up pretty quick, so it shouldn't be too long afterwards. But yeah, 2 days ago on the Sunday, they had a release day, so 25th of March. So the release was on both the EU store, which is fairly new, I guess, although it's probably been going for at least like 6 months now, so not particularly new, like should be like well experienced in dealing with orders and shipping out and stuff, and releases on the website. And also on the US. The last couple of Alphalete launches, I mean immediately after, like they always, or at the time of release, they always post up a photo, like we're now live, and the last couple of releases, all I've seen in the first load of comments is just people being frustrated. The size of the products they want have been sold out very quickly, or people are getting cart jacked, so basically like they're going on the website, the product they want is available, they're putting in their cart, they're like midway through putting in their payment details, etc. And then they get a notification saying that the item they're trying to buy is sold out. So yeah, people are just seem to be getting really pissed off. There's a lot of people like missing out on products and being left frustrated following releases, and like setting alarms to try and get products they're after and just not being able to get them. There always seems to be a particular problem, especially in the men's sizing. I noticed this especially with joggers that they release. Size small. Wow. Size small is always the first to go. They released the camo joggers a little while back, and size small was sold out in 4 minutes. And then medium was sold out within like 10 to 12 minutes. And then every size was sold out within about 20 minutes. So if you're not quick when Alphalete release products, you're going to miss out basically. And I said this on like a previous video when I reviewed the camo joggers. I don't know if they're doing it on purpose. They're like not making enough. I don't know whether they're doing it on purpose to create this hype, like instantly sold out. I don't really know, to be honest. It looks like it's just pissing people off more than it is like the people that have got them being like, yeah, cool, I've got them, like it's exclusive, etc. Like whenever I see comments on the Instagram post, people just seem to be annoyed. So yeah, I don't really know if they're doing it on purpose or if they've just got like problems with manufacturing, whether their suppliers just can't handle the amount of products that they really need, because they must be able to analyze this stuff. Like, they must have data from previous launches. They must be able to better predict like how many of what size is going to sell out. They do so much marketing, and they must have like so much data from that. But it seems like they've got problems basically. And when you see like a particular size sell out so quickly, that either tells me one of two things. So they are either underproducing on that particular size, or their sizing is wrong. So I think a lot of people get scared basically when Alphalete do their like launch sizing reviews before the products go on sale, because people like Christian are wearing like a medium in the joggers, and it seems like a lot of people who are into like gym and fitness, maybe not quite as tall as Christian, so they're like, oh, I better go for a small. So either the sizing is wrong, as in mediums are too small and therefore people are having to size down and more people are buying smalls, or they're just not making enough of the smalls and need to make more, like cut out larges or XLs or whatever and just make more smalls. But anyway, yeah, let's get on to the most recent launch. So I kind of like blabbed on a bit there, but just kind of wanted to give you a background if you're not aware of the situation over the last couple of releases. So this release was on Sunday. Now the immediate thing that was different about this release is that it was announced very, very late. So I think it was only announced the week of release. So Monday or Tuesday they announced that there was going to be a release on Sunday. Now that's not normal, because usually there's at least like 2 or 3 weeks build up, and they'll be like posting photos of the products like way in advance. So everyone's going to be getting hyped up and ready for it. They'll announce like the release date and time like at least 2 weeks prior to when it actually goes live. So everyone knows what the date and the time is, everyone can plan, and everyone gets on site at that particular time, which is probably why things have been selling out so quickly. So I don't know if this was tactical to try and like reduce the amount of people that could prepare, but basically they announced it on Monday or Tuesday that these new joggers were releasing, and also that there was going to be a restock of previously sold out items from the prior launch. So that included the camo joggers, and also like the new t-shirts and tops that they released, and the hoodies as well, I think. So they announced that new joggers were releasing, and the restock, there was going to be a restock for the sold out products from previous launch. And I know loads of people missed out on the black camo joggers, so I think that excited people, and they were really hoping or looking forward to having another chance to purchase those. Now, there were a number of issues with this launch. So the first thing, it was announced late, so people couldn't prepare quite as well, even though, you know, nearly a week's probably still more than you need. Secondly, it was on Sunday the 25th. That was the right date, yeah. Sunday the 25th. Basically, in the UK, the clocks went forward on Sunday night. I don't actually know whether this is like a universal thing. I think it only happens in particular countries. So the US like fiddle with their times, and the UK do as well. So we have like an hour forward and an hour back depending on when summer and winter time starts and finishes. So I thought ahead and I thought, oh, I'll just check on Saturday. So I went online and typed in 10 AM Central, which is always when Alphalete release. So that's the American time, but you just convert that into UK time. So 10 AM always translates into 4 PM GMT, so time in the UK. It's always 4 PM when they release. Now I checked on Saturday because I knew the clocks were changing Saturday night, and I didn't know if the US changed their times as well. So I checked on Saturday, and 10 AM Central translated into 3 PM GMT, so 3 PM UK time. So that's the first thing. So that would have been different. It's usually 4 PM UK time, but it would have been 3 PM when I checked on Saturday. But obviously the clocks went forward Saturday night, so it went back to 4 PM again. So I assume some point between the last Alphalete release and this release, the American clocks went backwards or forwards. I can't be able to figure it out right now. But then when ours went forwards, it kind of realigned. So again, it was 10 AM American time and 4 PM GMT UK time. So that's how it is normally. Now, I know that there were loads of people that struggled getting the products that they wanted from the last couple of launches, and I saw somebody comment on one of the Instagram posts saying you need to just do it on your phone and pay with Apple Pay. So basically, if you're on your laptop or a computer, you have to physically type out your card details and your address, and that's when people are getting cart jacked. That's when the people that have put the items in their cart that they want to buy, during the time of them typing out their details, that's when it's selling out. So I saw somebody comment on one of the Instagram posts saying pay with Apple Pay. Do it on your phone, pay with Apple Pay. You literally click the Apple Pay sign, put your thumbprint on, and it's done. Like, you don't have to type anything. So if you've got your card linked to your phone, that has your, obviously, like your billing details. If your shipping details are different, you can add another address to your card, and then it's just a couple of clicks to change it. So that's way quicker. Literally just the thumbprint and your transaction is completed. You don't have to type anything out. So I went on Sunday morning just to kind of like test that. Basically, I was like, I just want to make sure I know how it works because I hadn't used it before. So I went as if I was going to buy something. I just went on the website. So this is on the EU website. At like 11 AM I was about to drive back home from Southampton, which is going to be like 3 or 4 hours, and I didn't know when I was going to get back. So I thought I'd just test out this Apple Pay thing. So I went on the site at 11 AM, and the products were already up. So the new joggers were online at 11 AM. The only thing I can think that has happened is that they've got confused. They knew they were launching at 10 AM American time, and there's been a mistake somewhere, and the EU products also went live at 10 AM. So I noticed it at 11, but they were obviously on sometime before that, so I assumed that they were up from 10, and that was a mistake. So what this meant is that the new joggers were live 5 hours before they were due to release. People plan for these releases, and the only reason I went on the website was to test the Apple Pay thing, so I would have had no idea either. I would have been waiting until 4 PM and gone on the website expecting everything to have just launched and be able to buy what I wanted to buy. But at 11 AM everything was live, there was no restock in the EU. This is the other thing. People were expecting the black camo joggers to restock. This didn't happen in the EU. At 11 AM, camo joggers were sold out completely. I checked again at 2, again at 4, they never restocked. So when Alphalete and Christian were saying there's going to be the new joggers releasing and there's going to be a restock of previously sold out items, what they failed to say was that that's not the case for the EU. The EU store is going to be massive. I'd be surprised, you know, if it wasn't at least half as big as the American store now. I can't see that there's too much variation in it. So to announce releases like that, when you are aware that you've got 2 distribution centres, which obviously the stock is separate for, to announce that there's going to be a restock without specifically saying, you know, this is for the American store only, or this doesn't include the EU store, was a bit out of line, I think. So I think they should have made people aware of that to begin with. So there's been a lot of people posting questions or comments on the Instagram posts of Alphalete and Christian saying, like, was there a restock? Oh, the restock sold out so quickly. There never was one in the EU. I can guarantee you that. The other problem is that everyone went on at 4 PM to try and buy the joggers that they wanted to buy, and size small were already sold out. I checked at 2 PM and size small in the black joggers were already sold out. Bearing in mind that they weren't supposed to launch until 4 PM, size smalls were sold out 2 hours before launch, because obviously other people had realised, just from going on the website on the off chance that they're live, people have bought them. So I'm just going to show you the confirmation email that I got, just to show you the time that was. I've kind of like blurred out the order number, but you should be able to see from here. So it says 25th of March at like 11:20 or something. So that's my order confirmation. So that proves that the stock was live early, because I know some people were saying the site wasn't accessible. Well, it was, because I ordered at 11, even though it shouldn't have been up until 4. So I bought a small and a medium in the black joggers just because I don't know how they fit. They're actually sitting at the collection centre right now because they were attempted delivered today, but unfortunately I wasn't around, so there's going to be a separate video to review the sizing on that. So I bought a small and a medium, so I should be able to give you a pretty good review on that for if they do restock those, and that video should be up by the end of the week. So yeah, that's it pretty much, guys. That's all I wanted to say, just to let whoever watches this video know what happened, because I know there's a lot of confusion. There's been hundreds of comments on the Instagram posts and they just haven't addressed this at all. It's like it seems like there's been a pretty big backlash, and people are starting to get pissed off. So it could be that people start like vetoing these releases and stuff, which would be a shame, because I know people do like the products, but they're just getting pissed off. The sizing is fucked basically, and people are just having a bad experience during checkout. They always say it's due to Shopify, which is like the platform that they sell on. Well, get a different one then if it's that bad. Like, if you put something in your cart, I personally believe that should reduce stock. You should have a certain amount of time to check out, you know, like 10 minutes to check out. If you don't check out within that time, the item in your cart goes back live. Otherwise, it's in your cart, it's yours to buy. Yeah, so they usually blame Shopify, but they've just said nothing this time, which I think is pretty shit, because there's a lot of people that are annoyed, and that is a big blunder. Like, EU was supposed to go live at 4 PM, and it was live at 10 or 11. I got my order confirmation at 11:20. That's a big cock up, and they've just completely ignored it. So if you are wondering what happened, that was it. Hopefully this reaches people, because I know people are still confused and stuff. But keep an eye on my page, because the sizing review is going to follow within the next few days, hopefully by the end of the week. And if they do restock, then hopefully that'll be helpful for you. And the size that I don't end up keeping will go up on eBay, so I'll let you know in the review which size is going to be on eBay for you to check out. But yeah, maybe they'll say something soon, I don't know, but they've just seemed to ignore this problem really, which has annoyed a lot of people. But anyway, yeah, that's the truth. You heard it here first. The Alphalete spokesperson. Yeah, no, thanks for watching. I hope that this has like cleared any confusion if you were wondering about what happened on release day in the EU. I can't speak for anything that happened in the US because I don't know. only what happened in the EU store. Yeah, cool. See you later. Thanks.